Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of the Capitalize Your Best Real Estate Marketing Podcast. My name is Gordon Duncan. I'm the owner of Capitalize Marketing and Consulting, and I've had the privilege over the last few years to be working with real estate professionals. And what we do is we help you guys capitalize on what you do best to grow your presence and even more so grow your revenue. And I want to say welcome. Thank you so much. This is episode 8. We've now been going for 2 solid months at the Capitalize Your Best Real Estate Marketing Podcast. And this podcast is an extension of a podcast I started way back in 2020. That podcast was for capitalized marketing, but was called Corona Business. And we started it to help companies to figure out how to market in the midst of the coronavirus. And then it moved into Capitalize Your Best, where we were just sharing like 60, 90-second episodes. But now we have found our focus working with you real estate professionals. And I want to say again, thank you. The show continues to grow. You continue to like it and listen to it. Like I say, thank you. So if you are enjoying it, we encourage you to like it, subscribe, and share it. But hey, let's jump into the content. This is the first episode of 2024. I hope you're all excited. I am. I am feeling good. The flu has come and gone from my household, and I've got a lot of energy. We have a lot of things going on. We got seminars coming up. I'll share one of those with you in a little bit. But right now, let's hop into what can practically help you. So here is the question I pose to you. How do you decide, as a real estate professional, how do you decide what educational content you consume? How do you decide? How do you decide what books to listen to? How do you decide what podcasts to listen to, other than this great podcast, of course? What courses to take? What coaching programs to be a part of? And what seminars to go to? How do you decide? Now, of course, I want you to consume all the content we put out, all the podcasts, all the seminars, all the things. I hope so, because I believe we put out real, valuable, tangible, and practical content. I hope to see you at all those things. But how are you deciding? Well, I would like to offer a grid or a matrix for you to make that decision, because I am a lifelong learner. I love it. I've got my bachelor's degree. I've got my master's degree. I've gone through John Maxwell coaching. I've gone through Premier Excel coaching. I've gone through Dave Ramsey. I've gone through Celebrate Recovery. I'm just a lifelong learner. In fact, right now, I'm trying to decide on who my coaching program for 2024 is going to be. And I believe I've decided. And every time I make that commitment, it gets a little scary. The commitments get a little bit bigger, but hopefully the rewards come as well. So here is my encouragement to you as a coach, but really, whether you work with us or not, I hope this helps you. So, first of all, books. Friends, please listen to books. Please listen to them and read them. If reading is a struggle for you, understand it, but there's so many books. For a small subscription on Audible, you get one book a month. If you pay for Spotify Premium, you get 15 hours of audio books a month. And friends, there's so much out there. But here's the question. What I would encourage you to do when you're trying to read or listen to a book is do one of two things. Only go with resources that you know are going to advance you towards your goal or help address a weakness. Let me say that again. When you are listening or reading to a book, only choose those resources that help advance you towards a goal or help you address a weakness. Look for those books that are super practical. You're like, hey, if your goal is that you want to get better at marketing, well, then read books on marketing and real estate marketing. If you know that your struggle is follow up and closing the sale, then read or listen to books that help you close the sale. Make sure, I joke, I tell people it should be mercenary. You should have a purpose for it, and nothing should help you waver to the left or right. So when you're looking for a book to read or listen to, it should either advance you towards your goal or address a weakness. And that way, with the myriad of options out there, you know which one is worth purchasing, worth listening to, and even better, worth finishing and putting into place. So when you're looking at books, advance you towards a goal or address a weakness. Now, things like podcasts. There's a million podcasts out there. I'm one of million. And there's lots of them that will help you as a real estate professional, and there's lots that are real estate specific. Here is the grid that I use for podcast consumption, and I think it'll help you as well. Here's my suggestion. Only choose podcasts that are immediately applicable or applicable, however you like to say that word. My wife and I disagree on how you say it. Only choose a podcast if you know you can immediately apply it because there's so much wisdom and knowledge out there, it's overwhelming. But if you're going to give a podcast 10, 30, 45 minutes, make sure that you can immediately put it in place. Like for this podcast, what I hope is that you hear it and you go, oh, I now know how to choose a book. I know what's going to best help me with coaching. So when you're looking at a podcast, don't waste your time unless you know, hey, I got 20 minutes. This podcast is going to help me do something immediately different. That way, you're not just wasting your time unless you just want to be entertained. Entertainment podcasts are just that, they're entertainment. Every Saturday morning, I listen to a podcast that's about an hour long, pure entertainment. Wonderful. But if it applies to being a real estate professional, make sure that you can put it into place. You can apply it immediately. Now, seminars. We have a seminar coming up. It is January 11th. It's called Setting Yourself Up for Success in the Real Estate Market in 2024. Long title, I know. But I'm going to offer the social media strategies in light of the market and new 2024 that are going to help set you apart. I'm hoping that in the show notes, the registration is there, but if not, I know you can go to my Facebook page and find it. It's sponsored by Clearview Title. It's in person here in Fredericksburg, and it's online. So why are we having that seminar? Because I want people to see, oh, there are marketing strategies that Gordon is going to offer that are going to set me apart for success in 2024. Your approach to seminars, I encourage you, unless they're just required for your license, your approach should be similar to a podcast, but a little bit bigger. Because you can listen to a podcast, something apply immediately. In the seminar, what you want to do is you want to be educated and then be able to apply it. Does that make sense? Go to seminars that educate you, and then you can immediately apply them. Because if you're going to a seminar, you're looking at 1, 2, or 3 hours. It's got to be more than a podcast. You want to be educated so that you can apply. So when all these seminars come up, you look at it and you go, will that one work for me? Well, is it going to educate you? And is it going to be something you can immediately put into place? If so, go for it. Go for it. Unless you're just looking to be social. Again, if you want to be social, go be social. But in the immediacy of time and the things that call for us, all the things pulling at us, if you're going to go to a seminar, I encourage it needs to be educational and then be able to immediately apply it. Now, the biggie, coaching. Coaching. How do you decide whether to pay for coaching or not? Again, I'm going to tell you all, guys, learners are earners. And when you pay attention. Learners are earners, and when you pay attention. I'm a big advocate of coaching, obviously, because we're a coaching and marketing company, but I follow my own recipe and I pay for coaching as well. Here is the thing. You pay for coaching to purchase the time and wisdom of the person who is ahead of you. Let me explain what that means. When I launched the Capitalize Your Best coaching program, I had an idea how to do it, but I needed the wisdom on how to do it. So I paid for coaches who were already proven coaches in the field. And I didn't have the years that they took to get that experience and prove their model. So I paid them for their years of experience so that I can immediately become a better coach. That's what you do when you pay for coaching. You're like, hey, I don't have all the time to gain the wisdom experience that you spent learning how to do what you do. I'm going to pay for the time it took for you to do that thing so that I can get better. So for me, quite often at Capitalize, it's about scaling the company. Who's ahead of me? Who can teach me how to scale my company? For me, when I offer real estate marketing coaching services, folks purchase the years of wisdom I have spent doing this so that they can immediately get better at marketing their services and gain new clients and increase revenue. So when you're looking at coaching, you want to go, oh, that makes a lot of sense. I purchased all the years of wisdom so that I can get better immediately. So, friends, that's my grid. Super easy, super simple. That's how you decide about a book, a podcast, a seminar, coaching. And friends, always make sure you get a return of investment. Make sure that the time and money you spend is worthwhile, that you're going to get more for it than the time and money you spent. Guys, thanks so much. I'm keeping these early ones short and tight to make sure you get a takeaway. I encourage you, if the registration link's not in the notes, go to my Facebook page, Gordon Duncan, Instagram. You'll find it. I'd love to see you on January 11th at the Setting Yourself Up for Success in the Real Estate Market in 2024 seminar. You can visit us free on in person in Fredericksburg or online. It's sponsored by Clearview Title. I'm super thankful for them. And guys, it's from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern. I think you're going to get a ton out of it. As always, thanks so much for following, listening, liking, and sharing. And I can't wait to see you again next week. Thanks so much. Bye bye.